Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast, a fan podcast dedicated to Manchester United Football Club. As always, like, subscribe, follow, whether you're listening to on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or watching on YouTube. And don't forget to hit a follow, a like, and comment on social media, whether it's on Instagram, TikTok, or X. It is the late Friday night. We are going into the weekend. It is preview episode of the Manchester United matchup against Leeds, which is going on early Sunday morning. But yes, we're going to discuss that, going to try and discuss a little bit of the Amorims press conference, because that literally went into me making my predictions for today, just a few things that he discussed about as well. And I did watch the interview, or the press conference, when it happened this morning. He definitely looks like he's angry. Definitely, I wouldn't say defeated, but he definitely looks like he's not happy with what's going on currently at Manchester United, and I don't blame him. Injuries were talked about. We're not expecting anyone back, though there are reports of Bruno saying that he can return to training, that he's good to go. But it looks like they're trying to protect and maintain him. Listen, I love Bruno's energy, but they have to protect it, because again, if it gets worse, it gets worse. And then Manu is not there yet. Amorims did say there is one more day of training. But from what it looks like, he's not expecting anyone to be coming back to the squad for this game. So Maguire, Manu, Bruno, Mason Mount. I'm really hoping for Mason Mount to come back if we can get him on the bench. All of them are not expected to be there. So we're out with 5 players. We always knew about AFCON, but obviously I'm sure some people were hoping that Morocco, Ivory Coast, Cameroon were not available or did not make it through the group stage. Us as United fans, and all those other teams that do have players away, you do want them back so you can have them ready to go. But obviously we knew they're going to be gone for at least 4 weeks. We knew that was going to be there. They're going to be gone for another 2 more weeks potentially, for the way Cameroon, Ivory Coast, and Morocco have been playing. Like, potentially we could be having all 3 go to a semifinal, and then 2 of them can be in the finals facing each other, and then only 1 player is back, and we have to wait until, listen, Mezraoui, Mbuemo, Ahmad, all key pieces, rotational pieces. They're all key there. Not having those 2, yes, it does affect us. Mezraoui is a great depth piece. Excuse me 1 second. Like I said, Mezraoui is a good depth piece, rotational. You can have him play in different spots. But we are in this situation. We are. And we always knew that there's going to be those 3 gone. But having Manu, Bruno, Mount, De Ligt, Maguire, having them out for injuries is tough as well. So there is a lot of pressure for this game. There's going to be a lot of pressure going into Sunday with missing those 5. It is impactful, and hopefully Mount maybe is ready to go. You may have him on the roster. I don't know, especially with he had the game in the middle of the week off from Wolves. He could potentially, maybe there is a chance, but chances are may not be until the Brighton game, which is the following week. The dry cough is slowly getting away, so I do apologize, but it is going to be impactful for that. And Amorims started discussing about the game. We're on the road. We're heading to Leeds. And yes, if those who are in Manchester United fans, you are aware of the history between the 2 clubs. But there is going to be a lot of pressure going into Sunday. Let's not take that away. There is a lot of pressure going into this game on Sunday, and it is going to be tough. Because again, the injuries and a lot of pressure on the academy. That it is. We're going to see academy players there again. We may even see an academy player start this weekend. It wouldn't surprise me. I've made my lineup to what is there, but I made my predictions and the formation. I did go with a 4-2-3-1 formation, but we will see how things go into this weekend. But yes, the pressure is going to be there. We have lack of depth on the bench. Our most experienced is going to be probably Lenny Yoro and Malasia on our bench. We'll have academy players. We may have both Fletchers on the bench. We know we'll have Shea Lacey. We know Monato will be there. Fredrickson will be there as well. So we will have issues there. The one thing, too, is before I continue on going into this matchup for the weekend, transfers were talked about. He says at this moment, there is no discussion. So it's just a matter of waiting. And as of right now, so we don't know what's happening. And I did do my transfer targets in the last episode, but we have to wait and see how things go. But right now, will transfer make a difference going into Sunday at this time? No, it will not. It wouldn't. We won't even have the player if we made a transfer today or yesterday or on January 1st. We wouldn't have them there yet. But right now, going into it, we are facing a very good Leeds squad. I'll say it. I've been watching some of their games. They have a very talented squad. They've been playing well. They're going to be missing some players. But when you've watched them the last couple games, or even their last few games, they have played well. They have. It's when you look at they drew against Liverpool on January 1st. Drew against Sunderland. They beat Crystal Palace 4-1. Let's look at who else they drew against Liverpool. They played Liverpool twice, drawn against them twice. First time was 3-3, second time was 0-0. Beating Chelsea 3-1. Taking away West Ham. Let's just take a look here. Anything else? They beat Wolves. I don't know why I brought that up. But they have played some teams very well, and some so not. But they are winning games. They have won some games. When you look at the table, let's just take a look at the table here. Yeah, they're above relegation, but their last few games they've been playing well. They have. Like when you look at who they played, yes, you can talk about how Liverpool hasn't been the best this season, but Crystal Palace has done well. They blew out them, tying Liverpool twice, taking on Chelsea, going close with Man City as well. But they are good. They are quick. They can move the ball. You've seen the well they've done on the attack, especially on the front. It's going to be stressful on Sunday going into it. Again, I am always going for the win, like I always do. I'm always going for a Manchester United win. But this, like I said, Newcastle, Wolves, this game, it is going to be a challenge. It is going to be a struggle with this squad. That's what they're facing, and that's what the pressure is. And when you look at Amorims' press conference today, he definitely looked a little frustrated with A, the injuries, B, not knowing what the transfers are going on. When we talked about the transfers, it wasn't just about bringing people in, it was also about players going out. So far, there's nothing really there either. Though we've seen the speculations and rumors. He even said that players have not come to him about transfers. So Obviously, we never know what really goes on. We don't. But right now, like I said, I won't believe anything until I see it's the official. I won't see until I see players at Carrington or with Ruben doing the signing of the contract. We don't know. We really don't. Again, until it's actually official and we see them in their respected kits signing those contracts, we do not know. We won't know. Everything is right now up in speculation. It is. It's all up in speculation. So, but going into this weekend, you see the pressure is there. You've seen the pressure mounting. Everything going on this week, especially with now that Maresca was parted ways from Chelsea. You're seeing the news outlets, some of the fan channels saying, hey, we should do this. I've made my stance. I am Ruben Amorim in. We know what needs to be done for the squad. We know what needs to be done for this. We have to build and get things moving to help us with a bright future for Manchester United. But looking at it here, going into this weekend, fans are not gonna like the way they're going. But we have to be able to control the middle, and we're going to struggle. When we're looking at everything here, it's going to be tough. The lack of depth, the youth, like again, the pressure that we're going to put on the youth, putting pressure on players to play extenuating minutes, the midfield. It's not going to be easy. It isn't. This is going to be a hard game, and you're going to start feeling the pressure like it was against Wolves. I don't care about the history, whatever. Leeds has won some games against some good opponents. Let's not. I know we like to talk about how we're the great Manchester United Football Club, but at the same time, too, the opponents that we're facing have done good things. They have. And I mentioned against Wolves, and I mentioned that in my preview against Wolves that we were going to struggle. The struggle was going to be there. I'm always pushing for the win. I always want to go for the win. Why? Because it's important. You have to. I do believe that they can win, no matter who they're facing. I'm always going to believe in the win. But we struggled. That struggle is going to continue on into this Sunday as well. Can we get it? Like I want the W. It's not about the 3 points. It's just about the motivation, the movement of getting that win to help with the squad, to help with everything going on. But we are at that point where we are going to struggle. We are going to face challenges. So Amorims got his work cut out for him, especially when you're looking at the injuries, the depth, the rotation. Toby Collier, as much as he's been recalled, is still out as well. So we have a lot of things that need to be handled. And right now, it's about moving the ball. The pressure on Cunha will be there. The pressure on Sesko to score will be there. We need Xerxes to step up. Dorgu, who has been fantastic stepping up, is going to need to be them again for 3 straight games. We're going to need him again. The back four, again, I'm going with the back four. The back four needs to show up. Every area of the game has to be there. It all does. And I know the rotation, removal, but again, we have to be in control. We cannot just be chasing and struggling. That's the thing. My lineup. Let's get into the lineup right now for the squad. So let me just pull up my information here. So for the squad, Senny Lamens, obviously in keeper. By the way, fantastic game last week. I should have rated him higher. Especially when you look at that opportunity where Wolves still take the lead, the double save that he made to get the ball away was just fantastic. So Lamens, Delo, Martinez, Heaven, Shaw as my back four. Casemiro, Ugarte as those mids. The attacking three, Dorgu, Xerxes, Cunha, and then Sesko as your striker. There's a lot of stuff to do and a lot of pressure going into this game. A lot of pressure for Cunha, and you're seeing him do that too. But they have to get those opportunities. They have to trust each other to move the ball. it's going to be a difficult match going into it on Sunday, and they have to control the middle. They have to slow down the attack. Listen, Heaven has been brilliant, and the pressure's going to be put on him again. Martinez wasn't the best last game, but he's got to step up too. Everyone's got to be there. Everyone's got to be in control. So, it's going to be a tough match, just to say the least. And once again, my lineup: Lamens, Delo, Martinez, Heaven, Shaw, Casemiro, Ugarte, Dorgu, Xerxes, Cunha, and Sesko. It's going to be tough. That's what I'm going to lead towards as. And last game, they had opportunities. This game, they have to capitalize on those ones that they've missed the last couple of games. They have to finish. Consistency, disciplined finish is what I've always stated, and it has to be there. It does. And they have to be able to back it up and finish out and close out these games. So I will be back Sunday doing the post game, talking about the results as well. Actually, one thing I need to do before anything, I want to check one thing as well. Just check some fixtures. The women's squad, I'll be back next week discussing games with the women's squad. We have Arsenal next Saturday as we're coming back. And then Burnley the week after for FA Cup. And then Arsenal again 3 days after that for the Women's League Cup. And then Aston Villa, rematch number 2 against Aston Villa as well. And so on and so forth. But yes, I'll discuss those games as they get closer, especially next week with the women's squad being back. But yes, I'll be back Sunday doing the post game about against Leeds. Player ratings and everything will be there. And if there's any updates as well with in regards to Manchester United, but mostly I will be doing the post game recap. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, follow, whether you're watching on or whether you're listening to Apple Podcasts, watching on YouTube, or listening on Spotify. And don't forget to follow on social media, whether it is TikTok, X, or Instagram. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Enjoy the match. I will talk to you guys on Sunday. This is the Red Devils Corner Kick Podcast. Glory, glory, Man United.